by a track I've heard in the past, and often it's that. But then I managed to sort of weave it into something new.
Yeah.
But definitely it's more of a I'm always improvising in my mind. I'm a jazz musician, and I've been improvising all my life. So I'm very used to sort of just improvisation and just experimenting with notes all the time.
Ah,
And I've got
interesting.
countless voice memos of me just singing some sort of melody. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'd
interesting. So
say,
you're also
yeah,
making music in your head then.
yeah, all the time. I
So you
can't
just have
ever
it in
get
your
away
head and
from
you
the
just
melodies in my head. You know how some people say they got voices in their head? I've got melodies in my head, man.
Yeah, same here. Absolute same here. Actually, I wrote a song about just that today.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, how does it go?
Oh, let me see. I gotta pull it up. I'm doing dailies at the moment, which means while finishing my album, I'm doing one new song per day.
That's cool. And are
Uh,
those songs? So you're finishing your album and doing the dailies. So the dailies aren't part of the album, or they are?
no, they're not part of the album. It's just
Okay.
more. It's like for me, it's raw material where I draw from later on when I'm putting together new songs that I want to release.
That's a pretty genius idea. I might do that actually, because I'm currently finishing my album as well. And
Awesome.
yeah, and honestly, I'm getting a bit bored of mixing. I've been mixing
Yeah,
and mastering it for so long. It's ridiculous. So
yeah,
I
that's
might do that.
exactly the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly the thing. I felt this pressure, it's like what's that like a bottle of champagne where it's closed and you're shaking it. So it's like I felt this creative pressure inside me. And it
Yes.
was like, no, I'm gonna finish the album, I'm gonna finish the album. And then it was like, no, forget it. And every morning, the first 2 hours, I make a new song every morning, and I feel so much
Oh.
better ever I started that. It's like the
Yeah.
creatives, the creative ideas,
Yes.
you let them out and then you
Yeah.
get into mixing and
Yeah,
stuff.
you
Yeah.
let that energy release, and then
Yeah.
obviously you're going to feel so much better for doing that afterwards, rather than, I've had days where I'm trying to mix something and I'm just having no luck. And let me tell you, mixing and mastering, my personal least favorite parts of music production.
Okay, interesting. That's interesting. What's
Least
your favorite
favorite.
part? What's
The
your
actual
favorite
music composing.
part? The composing.
And also when a sound design session's going really well. Those two things.
Okay. No, actually, I like mixing. That's interesting. I like it. I
Oh,
have
it's not that
nothing
I don't
against it.
like it. It's just my least favorite.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I can definitely really enjoy it. It's just I'd rather
Okay.
be making a tune, like composing, rather than mixing.
Okay. I see.
But yeah,
So let's go through some more questions. So, which record label do you fancy the most?
do I fancy?
What
Ah,
do you fancy?
I would say I'd say Monster Cat. It's got a special place in my heart. Monster Cat has.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Good choice.
it's the music that well, I didn't get introduced to dubstep through Monster Cat. I grew to love dubstep through Monster Cat. So
Uh-huh.
thank Monster Cat for that. How about
Okay.
you, man?
Oh,
The Arcadian.
well, it depends. It depends. I'm not thinking so much in labels, to be honest. But Monster Cat is a important one, definitely. Maybe I would say the same, yeah.
Nice.
Style-wise, they really got me started and gave me a lot of inspiration. Also, the track that got me into Glitch Hop was on Monster Cat, which was Fire in the Hole by Packpot Nerd.
Ah, same.
Yes, so
That
good.
track is so funky.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so much
It's
fun
ridiculous.
also to play live. Played live a lot. It's
Yeah,
so much fun.
so did
And
I.
that got me into it. I was like, okay, I want to do something like that. And
Yeah,
then I
this
was
flip
really
top
bad.
thing.
Yeah, I was really bad at making those growl sounds. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna make some melodies on top instead.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
there
yeah,
we go.
yeah. No, I was the same. Right, I can't make the stuff they do, but what can I do that they? Well, not they can't do, but they don't do.
Well,
Right,
yeah.
I'm gonna do a shredding synth solo over this. That's how I compensate.
So let's we have a few more questions. So, does music production give you enough money to make a living?
It does, and I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, same here. I think
It's a real blessing. It's literally my number one dream that I had when I started. I was like, if I can make a living off this, I've made it. Like,
yeah,
I don't really have to get much more. Like, if I can just make a living and do it full time, that's all I want.
yeah, yeah, absolutely same here. And I'm thankful every day. And that's also interesting because I'm so thankful for that everything else like career-wise doesn't really impact me. You know, I don't know because sometimes people are like, "Yeah, are you disappointed about this or are you sad about this?" I don't know, whatever it might be. And I'm always like, "No, because I can make a living making music. So what else could I wish for, you know?"
Exactly, exactly. It's
Um, what mistake or things when we put reverb delay under an instrument? I don't quite understand the question.
I saw a question from All666, who is an amazing Project Arrhythmia level designer. Do you know of him or not? Or do you know Project Arrhythmia?
No,
It's a
I
really
don't.
cool game that uses my tunes a lot. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, this guy's question, All666's question is, my only question is, what does it say mutant at 103 right before the drop? uh,
What does it say?
the answer is, damn! Damn! It's damn, like, damn, son. That's literally it. There you go. I hope
All
that answers
right.
your question. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird damn though. It's like, damn! Like that.
Yeah, that's. I'm happy we could answer that.
Yeah, yeah, that was the most important question in the world.
Do you plan to release via NCS or work with any of their artists?
Uh, I don't have like any current plans, but I know Different Heavens affiliated with NCS, isn't he? I think he is or was.
Oh, cool.
Um, Different Heaven. He's he's a really cool producer.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
And he, I've got a collab. I've got two collabs with him. I think that
Oh, wow.
may come out eventually. They're kind of sitting on the back burner. They're in his hands. He's the one that has to finish them. So yeah, it's one of those. I'm just waiting for it. But in terms of
Uh,
releasing on NCS, I'm not opposed to it. I'm sure if I made something that suited the label, I would entertain the idea.
yeah, I'm always getting lost on what the labels are currently doing because they're kind of changing their styles sometimes.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I agree.
sometimes I get a little lost in that.
Yeah,
Um, does Teminite play CS:GO and would he carry me?
I don't play that.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you play?
I
Or do you play anything? I assume you
I do play things, but it's more that I play very few things a lot rather than play a lot, not as much. So I play Rocket League a lot,
okay.
and I play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 a lot. Zombies, the
Okay.
zombies mode.
All right.
Those are my two main things that I play.
Oh,
How about
nice.
you? Do you play games?
Yeah, it really changes a lot. Recently, I started playing mostly together with my daughter.
Nice.
So my games have changed accordingly. So it's a lot of Super
You
Mario
play
these
Mario
days.
Kart?
No, not yeah, kart as well. Yeah, yeah, we play Mario Kart, but also Mario Maker. And at the moment, it's Super Mario 3D World on Switch.
Nice.
What we're playing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great. It's just so much fun to play together with her. But my preferences have changed a little. If I play solo, Cyberpunk, I started recently,
Very
but
nice.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But I haven't played for I think like I don't know, almost 2 weeks now. Just
Isn't that
because
the
I'm
sort of thing that takes a lot of time as well?
yeah. Also, it's just because honestly, I find making music more interesting at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, you'd be a gaming YouTuber.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah, it's a little bit interesting because I often think it doesn't even need discipline sometimes to make music. It's just, you know, I make music in the morning, then I make music in the afternoon, then in the evening, like, oh, I could play some cyberpunk, and then, well, let me try this new synthesizer real quick, and then it's midnight. I'm like, okay, should go
Yeah,
to bed.
yeah. Yeah, it's music first, then gaming for a little break, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So your music inspired me to write a sci-fi story. That's cool. Um, did you
That
have
is
any other
amazing.
songs that inspired you when you're making the Inception album?
Mm. A lot of Knife Party.
Hmm.
A lot of Knife Party. Bonfire, Centipede. Those two tracks, big influence for me. Um,
What's your favorite Knife Party track?
I there are so many. I would. That's a hard one. I think I think I'm gonna have to go with Centipede.
All right.
It's a really tough call between Bonfire and Centipede, but
Yeah.
yeah. How about you?
Boss Mode.
Ah, yes, that's a good
Ah,
one
I
as
love
well.
it so much. Love it
Well,
so
yeah,
much.
it's like a really unexpected key change as well.
Yes,
I'm like,
exactly.
whoa!
Which, yeah, yeah, and the kick drum, just
Oh yes.
the 808 kick drum in Boss Mode
Oh
is
my
it's
god.
absolutely boss.
It's massive. The
Yeah.
mixing on that tune is absolutely incredible. That's golds right there.
Another question: what plugins are you using for mastering?
Mastering. I am experimenting at the moment with lots of different plugins, but my main one is Isotope Ozone 5.
All right.
But I've been dabbling with Ozone 9, and also I've been experimenting putting a sausage fattener on the master.
Oh wow.
It actually seems to make it quite beefy if it's like the right type of track.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a track called The Kraken at the moment, and it's so grimy and dark that I
And
just
it's
thought, you know
cracking
what,
when you
let
put the sausage fattener on it.
slap a sausage fatter on it. Seems like thing. And yeah, I like it. I'm digging the sound that it makes.
Yeah,
I might
yeah.
take it off, but
It makes things loud. That's for sure.
yeah, and crunchy.
Yeah. What DAW are you on, by the way?
FL Studio.
FL Studio, interesting.
Yeah. Are you Ableton, if I
I'm
remember
able
correctly?
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what I like with sausage fattener for all the distortions, I always like I build myself a little thing around it. So as much as I turn the distortion up, it turns down the volume.
Ah, yeah, yeah. So
So
it levels out equal. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so you can just you really hear exactly always what it's actually how it's changing the sound and not how it's making it
yeah.
louder.
Rather than the perceived. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that way it really often tells me that the sausage fattener is making things better and not just louder, just by making it, yeah, like you said, and making it crunchier and stuff.
Yes, yes.
Cool. When come
Oh, also let me just recommend everyone
Sure.
should get a plugin called Span for the master. It's an audio spectral analyzer, and it is amazing. I've been using it for about 4 months now, and it's really changed how I think about the mastering process. So
the from Voxengo.
yeah, I think so. Span, SPAN. Everyone needs
Uh-huh.
it. Everyone
All
needs
right.
that.
What's so special about it?
To be honest, there might not be much special with it, like because I've never really used the spectral audio analyzers. I always go with my ears rather than what I'm seeing on the FL Studio.
Oh,
However, yeah, Span seems very, very detailed in terms of it shows you exactly where the peaks are in the frequency spectrum and exactly where you're going too much, or if you've got a certain frequency that's problematic. I know it just gives you a really, really nice overview of the general mix,
okay, cool.
and you can
Definitely go.
compare it to you can reference other people's tracks and get it to sound like theirs.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it's very
Cool.
very nice.
Already saved it here. Do you by the way, do you know Galfos? Gulfoss?
Let me type that in. I don't know. Get G U what?
I think it's GULFOSS. It's from
Golfos.
sound. No, it's double
Sound
L. Sorry,
theory.
sound
I've
theory.
got Gulf Floss Falls waterfall in Iceland. No. Is it a double L?
Yep,
Aha.
from sound
Reveal your
theory.
sound. I feel like
It's
I've seen that somewhere on a tutorial. Yeah, what's that like? Do you use
it,
this?
it kind of flattens out the frequencies on your whatever signal you put into it.
Right.
So if you have like any spikes in there or some areas underrepresented, so you have the recover function, which pulls up frequencies that are missing, and you have the tame function, which puts down frequencies where it thinks it's too much. It's quite
That's
interesting.
cool.
It's quite
And what's
interesting.
its reference? Does it literally just try to make it as flat as possible?
Yep, exactly.
Great.
And you
Yeah.
can say if it's like you can slightly boost the bass and the high frequencies, or slightly make it more mid towards the mid frequencies, and you can have a brighten. You can make it like brighter or less bright,
Yeah.
but that's it.
So
So
it's
no,
essentially a really clever EQ, yeah?
yeah, it's quite
Great.
really interesting. A little bit.
Looks good.
Do you know smooth soothe?
Oh, I wanna get that. I've been seeing some people say how good that is. I haven't got it yet, but do you recommend?
Yeah, yeah. It depends on what you're using. Like really depends on the signal. But on some signals it's great. Sometimes it's great on vocals as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they really sit in the mix because it pulls out the annoying frequencies.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that yeah, that sounds like I should get that. I've been seeing that a lot. So yeah, good.
Yeah, there are demo versions for all those, so you can try them out, of
Cool.
course.
I'll do that.
Next question: when collab with Evil Wave?
I've already done two. Do you want another one?
Apparently,
I've already done two, so you should check those out. They're called Rattlesnake and Mutant.
yeah. I always get the question when I'm going to do a collaboration with Laura Brem. Guess what?
Yeah, I get it with Panda Eyes as well. It's just
Yeah.
like, mate, like, have you not listened to my music at all?
No, I guess the people want more of that.
Yeah.
That's
They
probably the
want
reason.
even more. Yeah.
Yeah, they want more of that. So that's probably the reason.
Yeah.
So, very kind of basic question, but maybe still very interesting for a lot of people. How do you make dubstep sounds?
It all started with Massive, the plugin
Yay.
by Native Instruments. It all started there, and then when Serum came out, I was hesitant. I must admit, I was like, "Oh no, but I'm used to Massive. It's my baby." And but then the more I use Serum, the more I actually fell in love with it, and now I pretty much use Serum for everything, apart from my signature leads and everything, which are still Massive. Still using that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, using Serum. Um, with an OTT or two on the effects chain. Oh, there's a really cool plugin that I've. Hang on a minute, I need to get the name right because it's a really solid recommendation. One sec. Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good. I'm glad. FL Studio didn't stop the. Where is it? It's gonna be worth. Echo Bode. There we go.
Echo Boat.
Echo Bode. So Echo Bode. That is a frequency shifter, but it's incredibly clever. It's got the basically the potential to only target certain frequencies and literally mess them up to the degree where it doesn't sound anything like the original sound anymore, but it sounds really, really unique and different from from everything else. So yeah,
Awesome.
for my tune, the Kraken, I've been basically plastering Echo Bode all over it, and it sounds cool. So I'm
Okay.
using Serum, OTT, Echo Bode recently.
All right. Um, yeah, that's by the way what I love about this. When we meet here, I always get or I want to have other artists as guests here. I get so many cool ideas for plugins that I could get.
Yeah. Like, dude, you should check this one out. Oh no, you need this one.
Yeah, exactly. Um, When you're making an album, how do you make sure it sounds like an album? I think it's not as easy as just putting random songs together.
No, especially if you. It depends how much you look into it, but my past albums, I've got two or three if you include a compilation one, but I'm just going to say two. They were more like I made the tracks and then I compiled them in an order that suited.
Hmm.
However, for the album I'm currently making, which is called Raise the Black Flag, it's a concept album, so it's all piratey, and I'm making sure that each track transitions into the next seamlessly, and
Oh,
not only with the sort of like effects and whatnot, but also keys and key centers. I'm making sure that when it transitions to the next track, it actually makes sense in terms of the musical journey. So
wow.
as in never transitioning up or down a semitone. It
Hmm.
always has to be like a fourth or a fifth or the same key or like just something that or the minor third or something like that. So
Yeah, something that makes sense. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to do that with an album, but I'm finding it incredibly musically satisfying to do so. So yeah, and to give people advice, it was the question like, what? How do you make an album sound like an album, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, if give the audience a break halfway through, I'd say. Get
Okay.
make sure it starts off well. I would start off big, start off with like a grand intro, and then go nuts with all the production and all the heaviness, and then come down, give people a little break in the middle. In my album, there's an orchestral track in there, and it's literally just orchestra. It's not no
Oh,
no
nice.
no dubstep allowed. And then it comes back up, rises back up, and then peaks at the end, and there's a low outro. And
All right.
just all right, give people a story. That's what I'm trying to say. Give
Okay,
people a
cool.
story to listen to.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. How do you approach it, like sound wise and mastering wise, so everything fits together?
Ah, Oh, in the past, I used to use the exact same mastering chain on everything.
Okay.
Exact same because I work with the master already on. So I start the project with the master already full blown compressed to fuck. And then, and
Mastering first, right?
yeah, you're mastering
Okay,
first.
let's start a new track. Let's do some mastering.
Yeah, no, that's why I've been trying to learn more about mastering. So I finally got to the point where I'm like, am I doing things completely wrong? And I found out that I am. But I've then found out that I don't actually mind. It sounds good. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So mastering first, everyone. um, but yeah, recently that I'm actually fiddling about with the attack times and the compression rates on different multi-band stuff. So
All
there
right.
will be a difference in mastering across the album on this one. But honestly, if all the tracks are the same volume, relatively the same, don't worry too much about different mastering sounds, in my
All right.
opinion.
Yeah, what I can give my little
Yeah,
ideas
you
here.
say yours.
So I'm doing also. I also usually have a mastering chain while I produce. It's like slowly getting together in the production process, where I'm like, okay, this should be in the mastering, and that should be in the mastering, and then what I do now for my album is I save the master chains and then export the pre-master without the mastering, and then I have a separate project where I have all the tracks and I have the master on each track, so I can adjust the mastering chain so the tracks fit together. If
All
that
right. So
makes
you,
sense.
so
So I
you do
can
actually, yeah, you do the project with a master on, but then you do a separate master afterwards. Get you.
exactly, yeah, but I have all the masters then in one project, so I can jump back and forth. So I can listen to this track and then I can listen to the other next track and the next track. So to make sure they all fit together.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
okay, this
that's
track
actually
will.
interesting because there's a problem I found whenever I export stems or a pre-master when I've already mixed it to the master in the project. It always sounds very bad when I put it in the new project without the master. It sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, I put the exact same master back on the, but it's not on the master track. Then it's on the track because I have all the tracks. I have like 11 tracks in the project with the pre-masters, and on each track is the specific master chain for that uh song.
Yeah, and you're talking about wait, you're talking about the album, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
So then when I said, okay, this track, it sounds good, but it's a little bright, I could just simply on that track make it a little less bright in the master, right? And
Yeah.
the next one is like has too, it's a little, I don't know, has too much bass. I could pull that out and whatever it is, and I can adjust the volumes and everything.
Yeah, smart.
So that's my approach, because I was also wondering this about the same question, like what could I do to make everything fit together, right? And when you have to jump back from project to project, I think that might be a little tough. So you listen through the entire thing, and then oh, this is a little bright. Then take a little high frequencies out, but then you listen to the next, it goes into the next song, and you're like, oh, but now the next song sounds bright, or whatever it might be, then
Yeah.
so you can adjust everything together.
And you gotta make sure you use reference tracks because you can trick your ears into thinking something sounds good when it doesn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
You can
absolutely.
boost the highs too much, and then you compare it to other music, and everything else sounds dull. And then you've got tinnitus and hearing loss for the rest of your life.
Hey, next time, hey, Chris or Teminite, would you talk Gaben, big boss of Valve, I guess, or Steam, since you make Dota music? I'm also interested how Teminite going to be a good part of your music. I have good trust in you too. I don't quite understand the question. Do you see the question?
I didn't understand that either. Where is that?
I think wondering if I ever talked to Gaben directly. No, I talked to a guy at Valve. I forgot his name. I don't have it on top of my head. So it's not that I didn't talk to the boss. They have people. There's a person who's responsible for all the music and the packs at Dota, and that's the person I talked to. Going to be a good part of your music. Okay.
Hey, I've
Let's.
got. Oh,
Yeah.
go on, go on.
No.
Okay, I just saw a fun question. What is your favorite key to write in Teminite? I
Oh.
personally default, yeah. So yeah, they say defaulted to F minor for some reason when I make my garbage. It's not garbage, man. It's art. My favorite key has to be A flat. A flat is wonderful.
Major or minor?
Minor.
Or that
A
doesn't
flat
matter.
minor, and
A
that
flat
happens.
minor.
Yeah, it happens to be the key that beast mode is in.
So it's not G sharp minor, but A flat minor.
Oh, G sharp, A flat.
Okay.
It's all the same.
Well, because it would be, I think, 7 Bs then, right?
Oh yeah. Key signature wise, it's not. Yeah, the annoying thing is about loving G sharp minor is that the key signature for musicians that I decide to get on the track is absolutely horrible. So yeah, it's not a very pleasant key to play in, but to listen to, my God,
Yeah.
it's got a very warm sound and I don't know, it just sounds like it's above and lifted harmonically, so, for some reason.
Yeah.
Very satisfying key.
Interesting.
How about you? Have you got a preference?
Yeah, E minor. Sorry, E
E
minor.
minor. Yeah, I love E.
That's
That's very nice. Good for
E
sub
minor
as
is
well.
just, yeah, just I don't know. It always has a certain energy that fits really often.
Yeah, I know the
Uh, hmm?
F minor has the strongest sub frequency. So like
Oh, okay.
the sub, particularly if you're making like a heavy dubstep track, if you write in F minor, your track is most likely going to sound biggest and beefiest if you do it in F minor because
Oh, okay.
the sub frequencies are so strong in that area. Yeah, you notice like as you go down, like if you put your sub on a low C, it's so pathetic. You get
Yeah.
no impact, so you need to put it the octave up to actually get people to feel it.
Exactly. But then it's very high.
But then it's very
Yeah.
high, and then it interferes
Yeah.
with all the mid frequencies. So it's just like, which one?
Yeah. Yeah. And also, it doesn't sound strong anymore. Yeah. C is really hard to write for the sub. That's true
Yeah.
because it's either too low or too high.
So yeah, I'm quite
Yeah.
scared of writing in C, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a scary key.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. Oh, C major is really hard to write and always sounds like children's music.
Yeah. It's easy to play. It's like
Yeah.
if the session musician hears like it's in C minor, they're like, "Oh, thank you, thank you so much."
What were you? Would you ever call up with Virtual Riot?
Most definitely.
Most
I
definitely.
think it would be a wonderful matchup and a wonderful piece of music that we would create. And I know him personally, so you never know. One day it may
You, you
happen.
you know him or you don't know him?
I know him. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, he's
That
not
would
my best friend. Eliminate is his best friend, but I'm his second best friend. I like to think.
okay. We so whenever I meet him, I'm gonna tell you like, "Hey, how's your second best friend, Teminite doing?"
Yeah,
He
yeah,
told me he's your second
yeah.
best.
I'm definitely.
No. So when are you gonna release your next album?
I I'm working basically in the past. I've always rushed my releases, so I've started planning everything before it's finished, and
Mm-hmm.
that's ended up with me basically on always on the back foot because I'm starting promoting something that isn't even done. That's why, if anyone knows my album Uprising, that came in two parts. It was part one and then part two. I didn't release it all at once. And the reason for that was because it wasn't finished. So I decided to release the first half and the second half when it was done. But for this album, Raise the Black Flag, I'm intending it to be done within 1 month from now. And I will start releasing singles. I don't want to pin a date on it. I don't want to confirm the release date here, but let's just say August. Let's start in August, guys. Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna have it finished within a month. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's my goal. But
All right.
I do have things ready like a music video and stuff. That's all done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's very cool. I'm extremely satisfied with it. It's basically uh a music video that syncs perfect. It's basically a battle between two pirate ships. Yeah, and one of them is the Teminite pirate ship, and the other one is the bad one. And
Big.
yeah, all the cannon fire, all the gunfire, everything is synced up perfectly with the bass sounds, and it's so satisfying. Yeah,
Nice. How when did you come up with the idea for this like pirate music concept album?
right. Here, unfortunately, I'm actually contractually obliged to not talk so much about how I originally came up with or started
Okay.
working on it. Because of something that happened. Um, but I will say that basically I found myself with three piratey tracks in last year in about October. I had these tracks. I couldn't release them as I planned. So
Okay.
I was like, what am I going to do with these three pirate tracks? Oh, and I know, I'll make an EP. So I started making a few more tracks for it, and then I realized that I was at like 6 pirate tracks. I was just like, all right, well, I've got an EP. I might as well just do another album because I haven't done an album for a while. So essentially, I found myself with a piratey idea. I finished it, couldn't release it, and then thought I'm going to make a pirate album because that sounds like a lot of fun. And it's a
It's
very
interesting when
it's a very fun concept, I must say.
I can imagine. I yesterday I heard that pirate songs are the big thing on TikTok now.
Really?
Seriously, yeah.
Oh, I
I
might go
don't know from
TikTok
first.
viral.
Yeah, you very much might because I don't know from personal experience because I don't spend that much time on TikTok. Hardly any time at all. But I just someone told me yesterday, another singer I was talking to her, she was, yeah, pirate songs is the huge new thing on TikTok.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool to know. I mean, yeah, I might have to chat with my manager about that. Let's do some clever marketing with TikTok. Sounds good.
Absolutely, yeah. So you're probably just at the right time
Yeah,
with the right thing. It's
yeah, it does.
interesting how these things sometimes happen. Do you know the song Mambo Number Five?
Oh yeah, that's a
A
banger.
little bit, yeah, yeah. I know the guy who made it. He's actually a friend of
Is he
mine.
your second best friend as well?
Yeah, exactly. My second best friend, and I'm his second best friend as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Great.
and he for him was he made a song for a movie, a German movie. The Mambo Number Five was a song for a German movie because they requested it. They had the song, the original Mambo Number Five, in the movie, and they wanted like a modern version of it for the credits. So they
Ah,
made the song, but they didn't pick it for the movie. And then where they just simply had the song, they were like, okay, we're just going to put it out, and then it became a huge hit.
and then it was a hit. I love things like that where it's just
Yeah,
spontaneous and sort of like, oh wow, that actually, yeah. You never
yeah,
know what song's gonna absolutely blow up. I find.
absolutely. Yeah, and he was just a rapper. He wasn't even singing. Usually, he was just doing rap music. And because they requested that thing, that he had this like new weird combination of you know, this mumbo and rap, and then some back then some EDM, which back then was called techno, producers from Germany doing the entire thing. And there was like such a weird combination that it was everything was new about it and everybody got crazy about it.
I've never
So
thought about that track that way. Yeah, you're right. It's thinking about it now. It's very unique.
yeah,
It's
it's this mambo, and then it's like kind of rap music, like rap on almost a rap singy thing on top of it. But then it's produced like a dance track at the same time because the guys that produced it had no idea about hip hop production, so they made it a dance track. So,
yeah, that is brilliant. Yeah, I love when like there are crossovers in genres like that. It's absolutely
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. Um, well, we have someday a collab with Panda Eyes on the same spirit of High Score.
Well, Immortal Flame, my other collab with Panda, was kind of in the same spirit. Uh,
Yes.
but you never know. Me and Oscar might team up again and do another high score 2 or something. You never know. Higher score.
Higher score, yeah. New high score. New high
Yeah,
score.
yeah, yeah.
You should call it new high score.
New
I
high score.
decided that.
You're right. The
Just so
Fat
so
Rat
you know.
says that me and Panda Eyes need to do this. All right, it's happening, guys.
Yeah. Got a Twitter about it after that. Why did you choose EDM music in the first place? Why not lo-fi or rock?
I was actually really, really into rock when I was growing up. That was my stuff. Like, I'm a big Nickelback fan, and uh, the Hoosiers. I used to live in Queen. Queen was like my number
Oh
one.
yes.
Like, I absolutely love Queen, and so yeah, I don't know really how I ended up here. I should have been I should have been a rock musician or something.
What's
I
your,
always like, yeah. What was that?
what's your favorite Queen song?
Bohemian Rhapsody. It's gotta
Okay.
be. Yeah. How about you?
Somebody to love.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Also, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Another one bites the dust is also
yes.
amazing.
There's
The
so many
beefiest
good.
bass line. Yeah. To be honest, they're all my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite, my main influence actually. So people ask that to me quite a lot, of course. Like, what's your favorite artist or band or whatever? And I usually reference Queen as my number one.
Oh wow. Yeah. There's just so much genius in their music, and
Yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous that it even existed. It's like the combinations of styles they use, and it's like it shouldn't be a thing, but I'm so glad that it is. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody is such a crazy idea. It's like opera and like theatrical almost, and and they're combining that with heavy rock and guitar riffs and
Yeah.
tempo changes and classical music, and it's just like whoa,
Yeah. Yeah, what
amazing.
I always say that what I like so much about them is that they're like easy to understand on the surface, and then you can go really deep and discover a lot. So it's like
Yeah,
complex on the inside, but simple on the outside.
yeah. I kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like that's your approach with your music.
Exactly.
Like
Absolutely.
when I hear your tunes, they're so simple yet so perfected and very intricate at the same time. Like there's been some real thought in the note choices and chord choices and all that.
Yeah. So
That's what yeah.
also with the already with the melodies and chords, that what I what I do often is like having more like complex chords that you usually wouldn't use that way, but then have like a pentatonic melody on top.
Yeah.
That's like that's kind of that in a nutshell. But that's what I find is so inspiring about Queen. They're like where they're not doing exactly that, but they're having this, you know,
Yeah.
easy to approach, but very complex on the inside, which makes it just so interesting to listen to because it's not it's not just like simple rock music or very simple. It's not only simple because then when you're a little educated in music, it easily gets boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's accessible and satisfying for every
Yeah,
type of listener. It's like
exactly.
for me for proper musicians, like the highest level of musician and those people that want to dive deep into the harmony and everything. It's amazing for that. But also for someone that just wants to stick a good tune on and just
Exactly.
listen to it, for the joy of it, that it's perfect for everyone.
Yeah. And that combination is always I think that's that's the highest goal, at least in my books. What you can achieve is just that.
Yeah, yeah, a track that everyone loves.
Yeah. And why not why not lo-fi?
Why not lo-fi? I don't know. I've always been a fan of big energy sound and big music rather than
Yeah.
the small music, if that analogy works.
It
Um,
does.
yeah, I like music that sort of punches me in the face, as it were.
Oh yes.
And lo-fi probably isn't going to cut it for me.
Like beast mode.
Yeah, yeah, that famous lo-fi tune, Beast Mode by Teminite.
I'm gonna make a lo-fi remix of beast mode.
imagine, imagine the reaction of everyone. The Fat Rat releases a Beast Mode remix, but it's lo-fi.
It's lo-fi.
There
It's
would
just
be
a proof.
so many complaints. Like, this is the best you could come up with. Yeah.
I feel like I honestly should make this after this.
Please.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
would
no.
be fun.
Go on. Go on. That's that. Right. That's your challenge for the day. You can give
Yeah,
me one as well if you want.
we come up with one. We come up with one. We see.
I'll do a rock cover of Unity or something. I don't know. Well,
That's
Monody. I'll
already
do.
been done. That's already been done.
Oh. To be honest, I'm not even surprised.
Huh?
I'm not surprised that a rock cover of your music, like
Well,
because
it's more metal, but yeah, there's a guy who makes like a metal version of all the songs that I release.
that's cool. What's his name?
Yeah, I have to look it up. I don't know the on top of my head,
Okay.
but I can look it up.
I'll
Yeah.
just type in the Fat Rat metal and it'll probably come up.
Yeah, I would say so. He is like almost all the songs, but it's really good. He also makes like metal drums on top and everything, and then plays guitar. It's
That's
really
sick.
good, really
I
good.
really enjoy metal covers of things. Like, have you know the Undertale music?
Yes,
There's a guy that has just done metal covers of every single song, and I bet I almost prefer his covers to the original. It's great.
let me see. Is it V?
Oh, again, I don't know his name, but yeah, very very cool. Yeah, like the Megalovania metal
Yeah,
covers. Yeah, and there's another one like Bone Trues or something. Yeah, metal Undertale. Very 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 exciting music. I love to run to it.
definitely gonna look it up. What's the common element of glitch hop?
Ooh, well, I'd say glitch hop is 100 to 110 BPM generally,
Yep.
with nice punchy drums, electronic drums, and is a difficult one because sometimes I hear a what is technically a glitch hop track, but I'm like, it doesn't sound very glitch hop. Like glitch hop
Yeah,
is a very very strong it it gives you a very clear image in your head about what it's gonna sound like. You expect loads of glitchy sounds and weird stuff happening when you hear that, I feel. But for example, in your music, some of your music doesn't sound like glitch hop. It sounds more like pop.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I
Yeah,
was confused first when I put on Unity and people label it as glitch hop. I mean, I know
yeah,
what they meant. I was like, yeah, but it's not really glitch hop because it's the glitch is missing.
yeah.
Right.
It's like, where's the glitch? Like, what
Yeah,
was?
and it's same for high score, for example, same thing kind of.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's probably a little bit more glitchy, but still, it's glitchy. I don't know. I honestly don't know where the origin of glitch hop came from. Do you?
Not exactly the origin, but back
Well, like,
then when I
yeah,
heard this stuff, it was yeah, it was more glitchy. It was a either a hip hop drums or yeah, between hip hop and dubstep drums, and most stuff shuffled, so it's
yeah,
right,
like swung and
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah, and then yeah, but then usually it was really glitchy, like the complextro, kind of like slowed down complextro.
yeah, yeah,
That's how it started.
yeah, 100%. And now it's just morphed into everything that's 110 BPM is now glitch hop.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean that's what happens
It's
with
a
the
cool name though, so I'm fine. I'm chill with it. I'm chill with
yeah,
having yeah,
absolutely. And the meanings of those names change anyway,
yeah.
right?
Me, mid tempo doesn't sound as cool as glitch hop, so I'd
No,
rather call it glitch hop.
no, mid-tempo, yeah.
It sounds very boring. Sounds
Yes,
like
it
your
does.
granddad would listen to mid tempo.
Hey, what kind of music do you make? I make
Oh, back
mid-tempo.
in the
Ooh,
mid-tempo.
mid-tempo. Tell me
Oh my
about
god, my favorite.
it. Yeah, I said no one ever.
Exactly.
It's true. It's also maybe hard to sell merch.
Yeah, yeah. Mid-tempo.
Mid-tempo. I want that on my sweater.
Yeah, nah, nah.
Yeah, no. Um, what other questions do we have here? Do you play Minecraft?
I I don't. I mean, and I had an app on my phone called Eden, which was basically a different version of Minecraft. This was back in the day, like I don't know, 8, 9 years ago, and I was obsessed with that. So I love the concept of world building and being creative with a game like that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But at the moment, no, I don't play. I don't play Minecraft. Do you?
Not at the moment, but I have it's coming back to me. Let's
Yeah,
say
I
it
feel like
that way.
yeah. I heard that it's now again the most popular game in the world,
Yes. Yeah, I think it had a really strong
which
comeback.
is yeah, it's crazy. Uh,
I'm curious how long it's gonna stay because there are those things that stay forever. Recently I was on what's that where you get the audiobooks on Amazon.
Audible, Audible.
Audible, exactly, exactly. And I was looking for like new sci-fi and fantasy stuff. And guess what's all over the charts there? It's Harry Potter.
Harry
Right,
Potter
so
and
it's
Audible. I'm guessing they've recently released it as an audiobook then, unless,
yeah, maybe,
well, maybe
maybe.
not. It's just so popular.
I think it's just it's still so popular. So I'm wondering if Minecraft's gonna become like the video game version of Harry Potter, which just staying forever.
Yeah,
Probably
I
my grandchildren will still play
yeah,
Minecraft.
play Minecraft.
What?
You'll be showing your grandchildren Minecraft, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Like, look at this
yeah,
amazing game, and it'll still be number one. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. How did you get the name Teminite?
I I was in school and I had some music that I wanted to put out, and I needed the name, and so I basically conjured up a list of 50 different options for a name, and
Hmm.
uh, I got Teminite because I wrote the word terminate down because I really enjoyed the sound of terminate for a dubstep like producer name. Like terminate sounds really
Yes.
cool. And it's very aggressive and like my beast mode, like the the robotic vocals in my songs really suit that name. However, I thought that having Terminate did sound a bit aggressive if I ever wanted to branch out into some more chill stuff or like poppier or just non-heavy stuff. So I decided to just play around with the word and lettering and came up with Teminite from Terminate and stuck with Teminite, and glad I did.
Ah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's better when you can branch out a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like Terminate's just a bit restricting in terms of vibe.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I feel the same way when I'm making like all beautiful orchestra music. And then I sometimes question myself like, hey, do you hear this beautiful orchestra music? Yeah, where is it? Who makes